Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes and
Moose Mike.
So welcome back to all our returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give us a thumbie. They are free. So I am still ill, so apologise for it all. I'm breathless, I'm wheezy, I'm coughing, snotty. It's real sexy right now in this house. But I always promise you content, so even though I feel like I want to be wrapped up in bed, we are going to be doing a crochet and chat for you because it has been a little while since we have done one. And basically guys, it is exactly what it says. We crochet and chat. So grab a project, grab a drink, snack, whatever you want, and just work on your project while we work on ours. I'm going to be working on my fruit squares, and if you are new here, this project has been going for the best part 2 years. It's a long-term UFO. Basically, to cut a long story short, the one and only premiere order that I did, I got all of the fruits, the sweet roll fruits, and I got 2 of each, and I wanted to crochet squares where the pattern of the fruit was as close to the ball band as possible. You get the best design using knit, but so I have done squares that are single crochets, all the same size, of all the different fruits. This is the grapefruit, I believe, to get the patterning. And this is the last stack of squares that I am going to be putting a border on. This is, I always forget what it is. Hang on, the bag's just here. If I can find the ball band. Yes, here it is. It is the Stylecraft Special Aran with Wool. It's a big 400-gram ball. It's in the colour peat, P-E-A-T, like the mud stuff. And I thought because fruits grow on bushes or trees, they need mud to be able to grow, so peat, and it's a nice neutral colour. It is mild, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's like a light beige with a really nice, I don't know, what brown would you call that? Like
Ash.
Like a light, ash is grey.
Not all ash. Ash wood.
No, I mean the darker brown twisted around the beige.
Yeah.
No, it's not ash. I don't know. Let's just call it really light tan or really pale latte or something. I don't know. It's brown around a beige, but very subtle, and it's mild and it's twisted. And when they are all bordered, I will be putting them together to make my fruit salad square blanket. That's not a pattern. None of this is a pattern. It's just Manfa wanted the fruit yarn, wanted it in squares, is going to join the squares. And if you've been here a while, you know that Manfa doesn't enjoy joining squares. So what was she thinking? Don't know. But as an example, this is the watermelon. And I've already bordered these. I've bordered all the other 7 colours because there are 8 different colours in the sweet roll fruits. In the worsted weight, there is sock of the fruit yarn. I wasn't about to make big old squares out of sock yarn, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just insanity. If you do that, you do you. Manfa's not doing that. So yeah, I just need to border these last of the grapefruits, and then I can think about how I'm going to combine them and make my blanket. Like I said, it's been nearly 2 years in the making. So will it get off the hook by the end of 2023? Who knows? If it does, marvellous. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll just keep doing it until it's done. That's the beauty of crochet. It doesn't go bad, it doesn't spoil, it doesn't ruin. It's got no shelf life. It could be in this bag for 20 years if I wanted it to be. It's not going to be. But, you know, that's the beauty of it. And Mike is working on a new little project.
I am working on Luck of the Draw 8. And I am
Boggy
doing
Creek
it
edition.
in the Boggy Creek edition.
Yeah.
In the round.
Yeah.
I've done the first main colour and the first colour that gets picked.
Yeah.
And I shall be doing it to the Boggy Creek size and hopefully sending it off this year. If not, it'll be for next year.
Fingers crossed. Basically, luck of the draw is the brainchild by Nancy from Nan's Next Knots.
I'm going to get started.
Yep. You pick a main colour, which for Mike this time is red. And then you pick 8 other colours. But in Mike's instance, it wasn't Mike that picked the colours. He also got Max to pick his colours for him. So Mike doesn't even know what colour corresponds to what number. Because if you label your 8 on your ball bands, you then wait for every Thursday to go over to this time, because Nan was too poorly to do it. She let Creations by Jax and Charmed, Grammy, Crochet, Lynette, she let them do it this time. So you have to head over to Jax and Lynette's channels on a Thursday, and they will pick the number, and whatever yarn band you have put that number on, that's the colour you put in for the week. Now, normally it runs for 20 weeks, but this time round they're doing it for 15 to give people a chance to make a blanket in order to get it to Nancy over at She's Got Yarn Too, as she will be delivering the blankets to Boggy Creek Camp at the end of January, beginning of February, I believe. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of Boggy Creek Camp. We have talked about it loads on this channel. There's so many people on these YouTube streets that are part of this fabulous blanket drive, and everyone is all doing their bit. The way people have got behind it is absolutely phenomenal. But if you do want to know more about it, head on over to Nancy's channel. She's Got Yarn Too. I will link everyone we have spoken about down below. And basically we are crocheting blankets to a certain size. They have to be 35 to 40 inches wide, 40 to 50 inches long, which means, like Mike, if he's doing a square, it has to be 40 by 40. And they go on the little kiddies' beds. They stay at the camp for the week, and then they get to take them home. So all of our blankets will be going home with these precious kids that go to this camp. So that is what we are doing. And the only reason why Mike has actually managed to jump on board much quicker than he thought is because he has had a nice chunk of time off of work, and he's got things off his hook that may not have been off his hook the last time you met.
Yes, I don't have anything else but this now.
So there you go. So he showed, oh my goodness, I nearly said the person's name that it's going to. The orange and purple hug. He showed that in last week's Crochet Catch-Up. Don't spoil it, Manfa. And you knew he had a second hug on his hook. Well, spoiler alert, he has finished that one, but you are not seeing that until Friday. You have to wait for Crochet Catch-Up. If you came to our live, you did get a sneak peek. But for those of you that didn't do the live, come back on Friday. Mike will show you, because that is his next FO. And he's already done this week's Tile of the Week. So the boy's doing good. He has not done this much crochet in such a short period of time, in a very long time. So I am really chuffed to pieces that he has made the most of his time off and got his hooks flying. Plus, this is a charity project, so hopefully that will give Mike the motivation to hopefully get it done before we have to send them to Nancy. And with us being in the UK, we need to give it plenty of time to get to Nancy. So I'm thinking mid-December latest before we send. Look at his face.
It may not get done this year.
It might do though, because he's using full weight yarn. He's using a 6mm hook, and you've already done a week in one sitting. I know it's going to get bigger the more you put in, but the beauty of the fact that Jax has turned it into a square is, apart from being mindful of where you put a couple of your stitches, it's not a complex pattern, and that is not downplaying Jax's talents and abilities. It is just giving you the heads up that if you want...
Upscaling her talents and abilities, she's managed to change a pattern into another pattern and make it easy.
Exactly. Well, see, I know, but some people get funny with the word easy.
Beginner friendly.
Yeah. If you're looking for a pattern that looks amazing, but you are not tearing your hair out, counting, and a bajillion different stitches and all of that kind of thing, this is perfect. I've finished mine. Spoiler. That's what you'll be seeing from me on Friday. And tomorrow, Mike and I are planning to do a Whip Wednesday. What you're working on Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. So tomorrow you will see this again for Mike, but you will see the other thing that I've been working on. So there's lots to look forward to. Anyway, I better pick up my hook. I do this on my lives. I say I'm going to crochet and then I don't actually pick up my hook. So apologies for that, folks. Manfa can just waffle all day long. So basically, guys, I'm literally just putting a single crochet border around my squares. It's nothing too complex. It's nothing, you know, out of the ordinary.
And I'm doing Jaxie's pattern, but I'm also doing it in Aran and a 6mm clover or more.
Yeah, I've told them that.
So it's going to be quite chunk.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. I'm just checking how many corner stitches I put in the other squares. Bear with me, guys. Oh, some of them I did 2, some of them I did 3. I'll have to deal with that when I put them together. Oh, goodness gracious. See, that's the problem. When you put it down, forget about it, and pick it back up again, things go slightly awry, but it's all good. I will fudge it until it works. So, yeah, basically, we're just going to sit and hang out for a little bit and, you know, just... Because we realised a little while ago that we don't actually actively show you us working, actually crocheting on our videos. We show you what we've made, but we don't actually show you the process of us actually doing it. And I don't think for a long while now I've had anyone question whether Mike actually crochets or whether I crochet for him and he pretends that it's his work. It's not. As you can see, the man can crochet. I taught him. He is his own fibre artist. He does not need to pretend. I am not his ghost stitcher. I have enough of my own makes to be his ghost stitcher as well. There would be nothing on the channel if I had to do both of our work.
And you can tell I've been doing it for 2 years because I've nearly done that row.
Yeah.
There's no way if you've only just picked it up you could do it that quick.
Or if you were pretending, you couldn't sit with it in front of you. We wouldn't be able to do these videos, basically. No. And we've done quite a few of them. There is a playlist on the channel. So yeah, and it is quite novel, I suppose, sometimes to see male fibre artists. But fibre is for all. Fibre is there to be loved, used, and made into all the beautiful things, no matter who you are, where you're from, whether you're male, female. It really doesn't matter. If you get joy from working with yarn, you pick up that hook, you pick up that yarn, and you make all the beautiful things. Because, quite honestly, guys, I think crochet has been a massive, massive lifeline for me since I learnt. It doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I pick up my hook, I pick up my yarn, and all is right again in the world. Because while I'm focusing on making something beautiful, I'm not thinking about things I should have done, things I could have done, things that were said that I'm now regretting, things that have happened that I have no control over and is stressing me out. All the negative, hard to deal with things, they disappear. And quite honestly, I don't even think the usual mundane things like, oh, what are we going to cook for dinner, or I don't know, it completely transports me somewhere else. I'm literally just concentrating on making my next thing. And it's got me through some really tough times, like when the boy's dad left and before Mike came along. It really did help, because obviously I was here all on my own when all the kids had gone to bed, lonely, no company, had everything to do myself because there was no one to help pick up the slack. And just occasionally this would transport me into bliss. It really is my bliss maker, crochet. Mike isn't quite the same. He enjoys it while he's doing it, but he doesn't have that urge or that need to pick it up at least once a day. He'll do it as and when he wants, and there's plenty of times where he could, but he doesn't want to because he's got other interests as well.
Yep. But I take pride in the fact that I've learnt from a good teacher.
Oh, thanks.
But I've been able to put my hand to it. I like that. The fact that I can be taught something and just do it.
Just going to move the camera slightly so you can see our hands. It might, yeah, it chopped off a little bit.
Oh, don't worry about that.
There you go.
Bold anyway.
So yeah, literally, if any of you guys feel the same way about your knitting or your crochet or whatever craft it is that you do, I'm so pleased you've got that for you, because I don't think I would be where I am without it, which is silly really, but I just love my hobby, guys. I really, really love it. I cannot express how much I love doing this. So, and now I'm doing it on my channel with all of you joining in as well, which is absolutely amazing. It's just opened up so many new opportunities, really, even for Mike to a degree, because when he first met me, I don't think he ever stopped to the thought that he would be sat crocheting next to me on the sofa of an evening.
No.
He probably would have gone, yeah, he would have gone, never in a million years will you catch me with a hook in my hand. But now look at him. And it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. We have a shared hobby, shared interest. Like I said, Mike isn't quite as passionate as me, but that's okay. Because actually that enables me to come down off the roof sometimes. When I'm getting overly excitable and carried away about it, Mike kind of like, hang on a minute. How many whips have you got going? Do you really need another 20 skeins of something you've already got 20 skeins of?
Nope.
You know, so he does kind of keep me a little bit in check. Not that he ever stops me. If I really want to, he'll say, well then go for it. You clearly got your heart set on it, go for it. But just occasionally I need him to be a little bit like, come on, Manfa, really? And I'm like, yeah, alright, you got a point. And then wait 6 months and I've done it anyway. Because that's just the type of person I am. I'm like, alright, I'll let him win for 6 months and then I'll go back to my original crazy scheme. But no, Mike is very supportive. He doesn't care that my passion is yarn, and I indulge myself in that from time to time. He's bought me yarn himself. If he really had a problem with it, he wouldn't be buying me stuff himself, would he? I think the only issue Mike has got with it is we are running out of room. Like, literally, that is our only bugbear at the moment, isn't it? That
we have such a small house.
Yeah, and there's 6 of us living in here, so...
What you see, all this yarn behind, was a way of combating the fact that it was everywhere.
I'm going to move the camera, so if you get motion sick, look away until I say you can open your eyes. But it literally goes to the ceiling, guys.
Yeah. There's just a box gap, which is quite a thin box.
And up here is my diamond painting, which you can see is a very much secondary craft to yarn. And some of the other bits and pieces that I need for the channel.
This isn't, you don't just see the wall, there's bits in behind.
Yeah, we've got all the totes
all
stacked
of these are
as
full.
well, yeah.
All the totes are stacked.
Yeah.
There's yarn out in the hallway. There's yarn upstairs.
Okay, I've stopped moving the camera.
We need more room.
Yeah.
Or we need...
I need a yarn barn like Kim from Yarn
but
for a
we
Smile.
don't have...
I know, we don't have
big
the
enough
funds for
space
it.
to put
all the funds.
bloody yarn barn. Well, I could build one.
Yeah, but you're not in construction. It is not your forte. So
I can ask for help from a few people I know.
We haven't got the garden space.
We just don't have the space.
No. And I'm saying this slightly tongue-in-cheek, but you all know, guys, that when the kids are old enough and they start moving out, you know their bedrooms are going to be turned into secondary and thirdly and fourthly yarn rooms, right? You know this. You know this. Not that I'm, like, champing at the bit for the kids to get out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the spare bedrooms that we will one day have, of course will have yarn as decor. Because... why not? Why not? This is my retirement fund. At some point I am going to not be working and I need something to do with that time. So I'm just preparing myself. I'm loving every bloody minute and I'm not even going to apologise for it.
No one's asking you to.
No, I know, but there are people that get embarrassed by their stash or...
I don't mind.
Feel
the space.
Feel bad about it because their money could have gone elsewhere for, you know, much more pressing things, you know. But there's not a lot of opportunity in the world we're living in right now where times are hard for you to get joy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're going out to work nearly every day and you're going to be in that workplace or you're going to be working at least for the biggest chunk of your adult life, you've got to find joy where you can. Mm-hmm. And then when that biggest chunk of your life is over and done with, what you have accumulated is now going to be your joy until you shuffle off your mortal coil, right? So I'm just getting ahead of the game, prior preparation and all that. I'm just making excuses, but I don't even have to make excuses.
By the time we get there, all this will be gone. And there'll be new stuff.
Well, yeah, it will just keep replenishing itself.
So you're not getting ahead of yourself.
Well, I don't know. There has been a lot behind us that we have had for over a year and has not been touched. So
yeah, but it will eventually.
It will. And then it will be replenished, and then new stuff will come out, and I'll want the new stuff, and some of it might get forgotten, and then when I redo my yarn wall again, I'll be like, oh, I forgot about that. I need to use that. But yeah, so it's just going to be a continuous cycle, and I think that's what happens with a lot of people's stashes, to be honest with you. And that's absolutely a-okay. Yarn doesn't have a shelf life like we were discussing just now.
Unless you have an outbreak of moths.
Yeah, or other undesirable things that we will not mention. Yeah, so, you know, this is all said a little bit lightheartedly because I love my yarn. My yarn isn't going anywhere, and, you know, it just brings me so much joy, so why not? Why not? It's not illegal, it's not harming anyone, it's not like I buy yarn instead of paying the bills. Everything is up to date and we have what we need, don't we? And sometimes we have a little of what we want. That's how we're supposed to balance life.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that is
how it goes.
Yeah, and that is what we are doing. So I'm not going to apologise for my stash anymore. I'm not. I love it. I'm proud of it. I'm thankful for it. A lot of it actually has been gifted by some of you guys watching. Wouldn't even have half of what I've got if it wasn't for you. So I love my stash in more ways than you could even think. And it's just bloody awesome. I love it. And every time I walk in, I look at that wall and I just go, oh, because it's a thing of beauty and the endless potential possibilities all of these cakes and skeins hold. What are they going to grow up to be, guys? What are they going to be turned into? It's that unanswerable question until you grab it off the shelf and use it, right? So I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. Anyway, so you guys across the pond will be celebrating your Thanksgiving this week.
Oh, yeah.
That is not something that is a thing here, obviously, because we don't have the same history as you guys. But I have decided next year, not this year, it's too short notice, and it's on Thursday, and actually on Thursday we're doing an early birthday celebration for Connor, so that my parents can come round and join in as well. So next year I am determined that we are going to have an extra Gobble Goose Day, because why not? Why not? And if you're like, what on earth is a gobble goose? I have decided that Turkey is such a boring name. It's confusing because it's an actual country. You know, you're not going to get on a plane and go to Gobble Goose Land, do you? Because it doesn't exist. So, from now on, Manfa will be referring to turkeys as gobble geese. Okay? That is just how it is. I make up my own words for things. And they stick.
Oh, what?
They stick. That is just something that Manfa does. So next year I'm going to have an extra Gobble Goose Day in honour of all of our friends across the pond, but also selfishly because I love a good Gobble Goose dinner. So let me know down in the or let us know down in the comments. Have you got family coming? Are you going to family? Are you celebrating by yourself? Are you maybe going out for Thanksgiving so that you don't have to cook for a change? Let me know some of your traditions. I know very little about Thanksgiving. I know you eat a gobble goose, and I know it's to give thanks. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm not even going to lie to you. So I need you guys to kind of educate me a little bit. I need you to put in the comments.
It's something to do with the pilgrims, which was us.
Excuse me.
So we are involved.
I know, but
I can't really remember
but I'm trying to get interaction down in the comments, because also it's a bit like us with Christmas. Every family celebrates their Christmas differently, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys watching, tell me what some of your Thanksgiving traditions are. Do you have a specific food that you have to have because it's just not Thanksgiving if you don't have it? Is there, I don't know, a party game that you play when you're all together that is only done at Thanksgiving time?
Do you do it the traditional way, or do you switch it up?
What do you mean by that?
Well, there must be a tradition. It must have started some way. Like with our Christmas, we got Christmas traditions, but other people will do it differently. So
yeah, I've even heard people like do
their standard tradition.
do their gobble goose in a smoker rather than in the oven.
Oh, there you go.
You know, just let us know a few little tidbits of how you do your Thanksgiving, because it is very personal to each household, just like Christmas. And obviously, if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, is it just going to be a normal day for you? If so, I hope you have a fabulous Thursday. I mean,
do all the shops shut?
Yeah, see here, we have periods of time where the shops don't even open for certain holidays and stuff, certain celebrations. Or is it normal life, just you all get together as a family and eat lots of good food and have lots of merriment? I don't know. Fill me in, let me know. I'm intrigued, because there might even be some things that you do or some things that you eat that I want with my gobble goose next year. So I need to know all the things.
I want one that's deep fried.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. But yeah, no, honestly, I just want to learn more, because over the course of this channel, and the fact that the majority of my audience are newfound Yarny friends. Oh, don't get me wrong, I have met some new UK Yarny friends as well. But the biggest percentage of my watchers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them, are you guys across the pond. And I need to learn a bit more about you guys, because until I did my channel, I didn't know anyone from over there. And I've discovered so many differences between us over the nearly 2 years. My goodness, that went fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we drive on the left, you drive on the right. We call it a pavement, you call it a sidewalk. We call it rubbish, you call it trash. You deliberately miss letters in words.
I knew you were going to say something. I knew it.
Like, it's aluminium, but you don't put in that extra I, so it's aluminum. You know, just there's been differences flagged up between us and you guys, and a lot of it we do have a little bit of tongue-in-cheek humour about, and it's cool. But genuinely, I want to know more about your celebrations and why it's important, and the different things that you do, and what it means to you, and all of those things, because Christmas is my favourite time of year, always has been, always will. But even like my family, because predominantly we go to my parents every Christmas, even my family does Christmas different to like my best friend Dawn's family, or Mike's family, or whoever, we all do it slightly different to what has been important to us as the years have gone on and how it's evolved for us. Excuse me. So I'm just intrigued, and I'm nosy. Like, I don't have any reason to lie. I just want to know everything all the time. Like, I need all the information. So if you could tell me down in the comments a little bit about your traditional Thanksgiving, I would really appreciate it, because also it will make some lovely reading while I look through my comments while probably drinking a cup of tea, because I always have a cup of tea in my hand. Yeah, I just think it's fascinating. I think there's a lot to be learnt when you start meeting people from different parts of the world with different things that they do, and I want to know. I want to be educated. I don't want to be misinformed or not quite have the correct information. I want to know. And only you guys can tell me. So please and thank you. But yes, so the rest of the week, so we're actually filming this on Monday, but you'll be seeing it on Tuesday. That's because I've got a day off. Tuesday I'm working. Wednesday I've got the day off. Thursday I'm working. Friday I've got the day off, and then I'm working Saturday and Sunday. Boo hiss. But you know, it is what it is. So you're going to be seeing this on Tuesday. We'll be doing a Whip It Wednesday. Then obviously Tile of the Week Thursday and Crochet Catch Up, so you know what videos to expect this week. And we'll obviously behind the scenes be having an early celebration for Connor's birthday, because he will be 16 very soon. I'm not going to give you the actual date because, you know. So yeah, we're going to have the early celebration on Thursday evening. And then Saturday, Mike's got plans with the birthday boy.
Yes, I do.
You're going to tell him what your plans are?
I am going to get him up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Take him over to see my nan so I can drop Kaylee off, my daughter.
Why are you doing a window row on your main colour? It's supposed to be solid.
What, all the way through?
Well, mine is main colour, all solid. Colour with the window. Solid. Window. Solid. You can do it with windows if you want.
That's how I did the last look at the drawer.
Yeah, but that's not traditionally how it was done. It's up to you.
Oh, well, I'm doing it now.
Sorry, interrupted.
Yes, leave me alone.
Alright, I'm just saying it's different to what I did.
Joking. Right, yeah, so I'm going to drop my daughter off so he can have his birthday wishes met with my nan, like presents and stuff. And obviously see her and say hello, and then we're going to quickly whip off after that up to a place called Swindon.
2.5 hours away.
Maybe a little bit longer, depending on traffic. Going to take a long drive up there and go shopping.
Yeah.
Because there's what we call a designer outlet up there, and they do like the designer labels a little bit cheaper than the shops.
In the stores. See, that's another one. We call them shops, you call them stores. But that's what he wants to do, because he's a teenage lad. He likes all the brand names. Mum and Mike don't like designer prices. So he'll be able to get more for the money that he is gifted for his birthday at this designer outlet. Fingers crossed that there is stuff there that he actually likes and wants.
There'll be something.
And he'll be able to tog himself out with stuff that he likes rather than
stuff that we've bought him.
Yeah, so that's the plans for Saturday. And then Sunday,
boring old adult stuff.
I'm working. And you'll be hopefully making me a lovely dinner to come home from work too on the Sunday. And then it'll be the following week.
I'll be back
and you'll
at work.
be back to work.
Yeah.
And nothing's changed for me. I've still gone to work even though I've been this poorly. So I've just been carrying on. But yeah, so that is our week ahead. We want to know about your Thanksgiving that's upcoming. And I think that's it, really, unless you've got anything you want to ask them or a topic of conversation or...
Not really. I think we've covered it all.
Yeah, well, I think we can do another one in a week or so time, can't we? When there's... Because I want to talk to everyone about their Christmas as well, because obviously Christmas is my favourite time of the year. So I want to, you know, just chat a little bit more about what our Christmas is and the things we do and what our expectations and hopes this year are and how prepared or not prepared we may or may not be, because it's coming so quickly and I'm getting really nervous. So, yeah, there's still a lot to do. But we'll get into that in another crochet and chat. And then, obviously, we'll probably even have time to do a third one before the end of the year, because we need to discuss what's coming up for the new year ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time of year, guys, where we start wrapping up the year we're in and thinking goals for the coming years or, you know, bits and pieces like that. So
Yep.
there'll be another couple of these episodes to come for sure. It's just pinning this one down to sit and crochet with me while I chat, really. I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, well, I've nearly done 3 rows.
I know, and you know what? It kind of works in favour that I do all the talking, doesn't it? Because it just means that Mike can crack on. Because even when we're chatting of an evening, if he's chatting to me, his hands aren't working at the same time. Whereas I'm chatting and working. I haven't quite mastered that one yet. But practice! Hey, that's a goal for next year. Being able to crochet and chat at the same time.
No, I might.
We'll see.
That should hopefully come naturally. I mean, I'm doing it now. I have to think about it, but I'm doing it now.
Yeah, but it doesn't flow, does it?
No.
Anyway, so you've managed to nearly get your main colour in again, so you'll be going on to the second week. Like I said, to find out the numbers for Luck of the Draw, you need to go to Jackson Lynette. I don't tell you, or Mike won't tell you what numbers they were, because that's not our job. That's their job. We're not going to steal their role. But come back tomorrow, see what else I've been working on, and see how much bigger he's managed to get this.
Right, there is something really different about this, Alan.
4-weight.
To this 4-weight. Because
Stylecraft is renowned to be thin on all its sizes.
Yes. Because you can really tell the difference in size. Let me show you. The top line is bigger than the middle line. So it's 3 rows there, 3 rows there. You can clearly see a size difference. I think there is. Should we measure it?
Go on if you want to. Camera's still rolling.
We'll do it. I'll measure it on a...
We'll do it tomorrow. We'll bring a tape measure with us tomorrow.
Yeah, all that.
But tomorrow you'll be able to see how far he managed to get today. Because it'll be bigger and he'll be working on it again tomorrow maybe. So, I'm not working on it, but showing you the Whip It Wednesday. So, I don't know why you were looking confused. I'm looking at you like, what am I saying that's wrong?
Well, I thought we were doing back to back.
They'll be seeing it tomorrow.
I know, but I won't have got any further.
Oh, yeah. There might be some computer magic where he can at least get the next colour started before he shows you tomorrow. No, you've made me bloody reveal our secret. Anyway, everyone knows content creators have to do some of these things in order to give you more and more content. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you so much for your time today. Almost 40 minutes. Oh my goodness. When I talk, the time just melts away. Mike's literally sat there like, oh, Manfa, give it a rest. But, you know, it's all good. I managed to get 2 of my squares done while talking to you, so it's not too shabby. And all the ends weaved in as well. They are literally ready to go. Nothing needed on them. So I've only got 6 left, and then I can start putting them together. But I'm not going to be doing that today. I saved this project for either lives or crochet and chat. So I am going to be putting this away, because what I'm going to be showing you in tomorrow's video is something completely different. And oh, have we got a story to tell about that. Mike had to do a lot of finagling for me today, let's put it that way. So if you want to know what that's all about, come and watch tomorrow's video. We'd really appreciate it. But until then,
stay safe,
be kind,
look after one another,
get some good quality time in with your loved ones.
get some good quality crafting time in.
We will see you in the next one.
Or around the YouTube streets.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Love you.